Hello everybody and welcome to F1 23 Tier 1 Round 11 of this WERL season. We are here today at Canada. 2.7 miles, 14 turns to go around tonight. 35 times in the race these drivers will face this track. Wall of Champions, arguably the most dangerous spot on the track. Who will prevail tonight? Who, if anyone, could pull it out of nowhere and maybe cause an upset win after KZ has been in very good form for the Ferrari team recently? We'll find out tonight as we get ready to go into the race in a couple of moments' time. Qualifying first, so who can take pole? Let's find out. 15 drivers tonight. This is very concerning. It's showing the pit box is going the incorrect way here already. But the start should be coming up in a couple of moments' time. So we just get everything set up on my laptop in front of me for the race. Yes, we are starting. So qualifying has started. Update full track map. As we can see, Nicholas here with the medium tyres on. Interesting choice. But it looks as if Richie is going to be the first driver out on track here. And no, we are going to have, I think that's a few drivers already heading out. We can find out who in a moment's time. Everyone's starting to go out, but Darius is first out on track, followed by Nicholas, Richie, Tasner, and Happy, the other. Haas tonight. Everybody's going out early on in qualifying. Darius in the Haas tonight is first out on track. But it's interesting, Nicholas, only person to be going out on the medium so far to get a banker lap in. This is interesting, and this could be a smart choice from him, because if other people start invalidating around him and can't get a valid lap in, and he can certainly put himself up above people with this thinking from himself. So that'll be interesting to keep our eyes on as we continue. As we have got the majority of the grid apart from Adam, KZ, Kwame, Steph, and Fantasy all out on track. As Darius comes to start his lap in qualifying, first person to go in a lap in qualifying, just over a minute into the session. Sorry, just over 2 minutes in. Apologies, sir. I miscounted time. But people already starting to go on laps, and Darius already invalidating up near the start of his lap, so we'll go on board with Nicholas as he has let Nicholas pass. And as I said, some people could be invalidating laps. Let's hope we don't have the second week off. Just pure commentator's curse today, as last week was horrific with that. But Nicholas keeping it valid so far, and it's a good looking lap from Nicholas. But Tasner will be next to complete a lap by the looks of it. But down into the final chicane goes Nicholas. Cleanly through the chicane and to the line Nicholas will go. And Nicholas goes provisional fastest with a 1 minute 12.0. His teammate Tasner will be next. Tasner goes faster with a 1 minute 11.8. Happy Cola goes a 1 minute 10.4. So already some fast laps being put in from these drivers. Will anyone top them? Nathan will be next to post the lap time. As Nathan comes to the line, Nathan puts himself into fourth, 1 minute 13.6. But a lap time is a lap time. As Ollie goes into second place on his debut qualifying session. But we have Fantasy who has an invalid lap, so Casey Matty on his out lap. Darius with an invalidated lap as he moves to the side to let, I think that's Richie go past. Is it? No, it's not Richie. Is AlphaTauri of Steph about to start their lap? Richie is invalidating. It's a job of finding out where everyone is on track right now. Okay, Kwame looks like he's going to be next, but no, he's invalidated. Ignore what I have just said. And this is hard to find. Who has invalidated? Nathan goes into second with a 1 minute 11.4, so that's someone who wasn't on an invalid lap. Richie, Steph has invalidated their lap. Kwame is on another valid lap, but KZ's invalidated. So everybody invalidating their first runs here by the looks of it today. Darius, third lap in a row, invalidated. He is not having a good qualifying session so far. Adam's still in the pits, and so is Boogie. Kwame still on a valid run. Let's ride on board with Kwame for a little bit of time here. It's Happy going on another outlap for another run. He's currently a good second faster than Nathan is right now. No, not Ben. It was Ben, I'd call him Ben. Oh, Kwame. Yeah, but this doesn't have a Y in it. But Kwame moves himself into third place between Nathan and Ollie. Yesko just saw the lap as Adam pulled out in the pits in front of him, but Adam letting him through. And just getting caught up in traffic around the first sector here. And same going into the third sector. There's just a bit of traffic on the track right now. Everybody trying to get a lap in at the minute. Steph looks the most advanced driver on a valid lap as it stands, going down the back straight, heading into the final chicane, through the final chicane, and Steph to the line will put the AlphaTauri in provisional second. 0.6 off Happy, but provisional second place. So it's currently second and third place for the two AlphaTauris, as Ollie had gone faster than Nathan and Kwame. Fantasy, a 1 minute 55.6. Something has happened there on that lap. There's a lot of traffic around the track, so that is perhaps what has happened. For Richie on a valid lap here. What can Richie do? As Richie comes into the pits. Interesting, unless Richie was just out of fuel, but that's interesting. Entok also on a valid run. Darius is on his first valid run of the qualifying session, as he is coming down into the final section. Back down towards the final corners. Through the final corners goes Darius, and now down to the line. Where can Darius put the Haas? He can put it in P8. Between Nicholas and Fantasy. Entok looks like he'll be next. So yeah, it does look like it is Entok next, as Tasna has moved himself into second, 3/10 off. Happy now, so the lap times are starting to come for everyone. As Entok to the line puts himself into 6th place, so 1 minute 11.3 seconds. As at last, people are starting to get their qualifying laps locked in here. As Adam is the most advanced of these setting lap times now, who haven't so far. So Adam down the back straight, coming in through the final corners. As Adam down to the line, what can he do in qualifying? He put it in P5. So next up will be KZ. KZ, it's been rapid over the last few weeks. KZ can put the car 3rd place, and we're going to quickly send Tasna an invite back. Boogie still to go. Boogie has invalidated, however, so Yesko and Richie still to set lap times yet. As that looks like the spits of rain coming down in qualifying now, so this is why everybody is rushing to get lap times in. And this could be an early end to qualifying, as this could end up in people just not going for more runs. But Yesko, what can he do? I imagine if this is a wet race today as well. But Yesko, what can he do here? He's pushing. He's trying to find something, a bit of a lock up into the hairpin. It's down onto the back straight now. And the question will be, what can he do? Where can he put himself in this qualifying session? It's down the back straight we go. Through the final corners, we'll go on board. As down to the line he goes. 10th place for the McLaren. So Richie is on a lap as well. Fantasy did improve to a 1 minute 13.2, but that is still provisionally last of those who've set times. However, Tasna left again. That's gotta be internet problems. And Entok saying he is Sergio Perez. Interesting choice of words. But Richie invalidated at the end of his lap. And Yesko retiring from the session. So, unlikely that anyone is going to gain time. Yesko actually crashing, I think. I think that's what's caused the retirement. I think he's crashed. As it looked like there was a McLaren stopped on track, but the track is starting to get slippery now as we see Nathan sliding almost into the wall. And Nathan does slide into the wall, and Nathan is out of qualifying. Just as I said that the track was starting to get slippery, You could see it on Nathan. His tyres looking degraded as well. Grass all over his tyres. As Nicholas has just had a moment at the head. Where's that? Nicholas has had a moment at turn 1. Off the track. Spinning around trying to rejoin. And everybody out on the slicks is just starting to slide around now. Richie, actually, Boogie on an outlap on the soft. He's seen people sliding round. This is interesting. As we can see in the background, Nathan's tyre sitting pretty. Nicholas retiring from the session. Surely Boogie isn't going to try a lap in this weather. Everybody retiring from the session. Boogie retiring from the session. Richie on a lap still. He's still going to go for it. This cannot be an intelligent idea. Any intellectual driver would say that this is a crazy idea. But he's going to go for it. And respect to him for going for it. As we'd see a Ferrari in the wall. But he's kept control of the car. He's not gone too heavy on the throttle. Kwame also on an outlap here. Interesting that they're going for laps this late in this weather. But Richie in the pits, so not setting a lap. So him and Boogie will be starting from the back of the grid. But Kwame on an outlap. Interesting. On intermediate, and he's into the pits as well. So that could very well mean the end of qualifying. As we've just asked for a weather update for the race, so just a case of seeing if as we are waiting on pretty much everyone has mutually agreed to just retire from the session, but I don't think Adam or Richie. So the weather update we have received for the race is saying that it's going to be a dry start to the race, yet it's going to be a wet end. So that could be interesting. That could be an interesting race come the end. And Adam and Richie not retiring. However, 20 seconds left of the session. So, no worries at this point of the session. So, qualifying over, Happy takes pole position for the race tomorrow. Tasner will start alongside him on the front row. KZ in third with Nathan in fourth. Steph taken fifth on debut. Nicholas in sixth. Adam in seventh. Ollie in eighth on his debut. Entok 9th with Yesko 10th. Kwame in 11th with Darius in 12th. Fantasy will start 13th with Richie in 14th. And Boogie will start from the back in 15th position. Who will prevail in the race? Only time will tell in the Canadian Grand Prix. And I need to remember no formation up so I can't get too comfortable. So, 6 viewers on the stream. Nobody has said anything about the race. Looks like there was no questions like there was at Baku last week. So, about to go into the race. Where the sound's coming through my headset. So, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix, and it is a... Now they're going. Took its time, but they got going eventually, as Happy takes an early lead into turn 1, with KZ trying to put Tasner under pressure already. Adam is already up to 5th, as there's a spin at the back as Steph has spun round. So Steph down, and so has Darius, so 2 spins in the first 2 corners, but no one out, no safety cars. Yesko is out of the race. That's a safety car and Yesko is out. As I said, no one out of the race. As I was saying my sentence, Yesko in the wall and safety car lap 1. Not what we wanted to see, as Darius has no damage. Steph has no damage. Just trying to see if anyone had any damage here. Just seeing who got involved in lap 1 tussles. No damage for Richie, neither for Boogie. As from reading the Discord, it looks as if the McLarens made contact. Just have a look at Nathan's car. Does Nathan have any damage, which is telltale sign? Just trying to see Nathan's car here. Safety car is out, so we'll have a quick look at a couple of details. So, first off, tyres. 3 starters on the hards, quite a lot on the softs, and a few on the mediums. It doesn't look as if anyone's diving into the pits on lap 1 here for a tyre change, so nobody diving into the pits. So Happy, Tasna, Adam, Ollie, and Darius all started on softs. KZ, Nathan, Nicholas, Antok, Kwame, and Richie all started on the mediums. And then Steph, Boogie, and Fantasy started on the hard tyres. So next up we go to positions gained and lost. Steph was an 8 off the start, but the biggest gainer was Boogie from 15th up to 11th. So far. Adam and Ollie both gaining decent positions too. Nicholas losing out on one, Nathan losing out on a couple. Entok, Kwame, Fantasy and Richie also gaining, with Darius also losing. So that is... wrong button. So that is your... Actually... reload up the tyres so we can keep an eye on people's tyres throughout this race. But that is the race so far. Lap 1 safety car, not what you want to see. Hopefully it is not a repeat of Baku F1 24 last weekend. That was a shambles, to put it nicely. The words I want to use might get me in trouble with the FIA. For those F1 fans out there, you will understand what I mean, hopefully. But safety car should be in this lap with everybody caught up, nobody making a pit stop under the safety car. I thought maybe one or two of the soft runners would have dived in to get a fresh pair of tyres, but nobody going in, so everybody's staying out on their tyres which they started the race with. It's just a bit of tyre management for everybody under safety car. Tasna did keep his place over KZ under safety car, which is... At one point they were wheel to wheel going through 1 and 2, and I thought maybe KZ would have had the traction to get past them. Obviously Tasna on the soft tyres, it's a little bit more traction just to keep his place. But control batteries are low, so we'll quickly change batteries before the safety car comes in. And giving myself an entire straight to do that job. But Happy will lead the safety car restart. Safety car is in this lap. Down the back straight we go towards turns 13 and 14. When will Happy go? Will he catch anyone off guard? He's not gone yet. He's going to wait until he gets through the final corners before he goes. As he goes, and Tasna saw it coming, and Tasna has done well to go with him. So has KZ, and then Adam behind, just caught off guard with the restart. But Adam already back up with the leaders. So Happy trying to catch people off with his restart, not quite working. No position changes so far, but the top 5 are just starting to pull away a little bit. But Nathan is doing his utmost best to keep up. Then it's Nicholas, then it is Entok, Kwame, Fantasy rounds off the top 10, with Boogie chasing him down as Entok and Kwame are going to go wheel to wheel. Kwame makes a move past Entok up into P8, Entok down into P9. Entok having a difficult mid part of the season. He's going to look to push up in the end of the season, but Nicholas ahead, making the move past Nathan for P6, as Adam thought for a second Adam was going to have a look on KZ, but KZ might have a look on Tasna here, or he might wait. He does wait, but behind Richie moving up into P11 past Boogie. Will Boogie have a little look? Boogie doesn't have a look. But Adam with fastest lap of 1 minute 13.140 up in the lead. Adam, Nicholas and Nathan battling. Adam and KZ also battling. KZ briefly down into P4 but keeping his P3. Tasnet keeping up with Happy in the lead as Boogie has spun, and Boogie has lost a front wing and virtual safety car, but Boogie without a front wing now, making contact with someone back at the back, but virtual safety car out. At least that's one. Well, it says full safety car. I'm getting told virtual safety car, but it looks as if it's a full safety car. All the boards around the track are saying safety car, so it does look like it is a full safety car. And has anyone took damage? Steph also without a front wing. Has anyone else took damage? Is Richie who Boogie was fighting with? Does Richie have any visible damage? No visible damage. That's interesting. Very interesting. As none of the top 5. Nicholas, Nathan. Just Steph and Boogie coming into the pits. Boogie, 5 seconds for severe collision with Steph under the safety car on the way into the pits. So medium tyres being fitted to Boogie's car, medium tyres being fitted to Steph's car, both of them receiving a new front wing. Steph will be out ahead of Boogie as they entered the pit lane. So we got a couple of laps of clean racing. Yeah, we will take a short break, but we will be back before we go racing once again. I've just been commentating the last like four laps with my mic turned off. As there's a yellow flag, I'm assuming there's a little bit of debris on track. But Kwame and Steph, wheel to wheel, Steph with insane pace, up to P7, chasing down their AlphaTauri teammate Ollie, who has been passed by Nicholas. Nicholas into P5. Darius and Boogie back down at the back of the grid, battling it out for P12 as it stands. Into the pits goes the race leader Happy, pole sitter Happy into the pits. So is Ollie, so they're into the pits. They are both soft runners. Adam and Tasna, the other two soft runners, and Darius, another soft runner, not in yet. Darius staying out. So undercut is what it looks like from Happy and Ollie, both going onto the hards. They're going to look to take the hards to the end of this race. Nathan down in 14th. Nathan will look to try and mount some sort of a comeback here. But Steph catching up to Nicholas. An amazing drive from Steph so far. Up into P5 after being in P14 at one point in this race. Being in last place after turn 1 of lap 1. And going for the move on Nicholas. Making the move for P4 on Nicholas. And to chase down Adam next. Nicholas. Will Nicholas have DRS? I don't think Nicholas will have DRS actually. No, Steph got the pass done after the DRS detection zone. It's an interesting place to have the DRS detection zone here. But Adam making the move past Tasna as Tasna is in. So Tasna, another one of the soft runners, into the pits. And it looks like it is the hard tyres going onto the Aston Martin. So the Aston Martin driver going on to the hard tyres as well as those who were ahead of him. As where will Tasna come out? Tasna comes out P9 ahead of Darius, Happy and Boogie and Ollie. So by Tasna going that extra lap, he's jumped Happy and Ollie obviously still behind, but that extra lap from Tasna has been able to jump Happy as Happy does go past Darius up into P10. Ollie getting a penalty for multiple warnings off track limits. Steph now onto the podium. Now Steph has to try to, obviously KZ and Adam both needing to pit again, but you would suspect that Steph also needs to pit again. As 7 lap old, so lap 6 is a pit stop for Steph, so 29 laps on the mediums, unlikely, but Adam is into the pits, and Adam going from the softs onto the hards as well, so the soft pit window is open. Darius, I would suspect, will be pitting sooner rather than later, as Darius loses his front wing on the back of his teammate as he's coming into the pits. It's an awkward pit lane if you're sitting behind someone because Tasna is out. As Tasna has lost the car, lost the front wheel and everything down into turn 1, and safety car is out once again, and Darius just paying before the safety car, Nathan in under the safety car. As Adam also retiring from the session. I'm going to try to work out what happened to Adam. Adam is also out. We can have a look at what has happened to Adam in incidents here. Lord Jesus Christ, a lot to go through. But Adam out for terminal damage. Richie got the warning for the collision with Tasna, so assuming that that is what has caused Tasna to DNF. But free pit stop for KZ. Steph will also take the chance for the free pit stop here. I'd imagine Nicholas will as well. Kwame will too. The question is, will Fantasy... It looks like everyone's taking this chance for the free pit stop. Fantasy and Kwame. Kwame, drive-through penalty for speeding onto the safety car. Entok. I think I said Kwame by accident because the Williams and the Alpine look the exact same to me for some reason. But Entok with a drive-through penalty, as we'll have a quick look at the penalties. So Fantasy and Entok both with drive-throughs. 8 seconds for Boogie, 3 seconds for Ollie, 9 for Richie, 6 for Darius, 3 for Nathan. KZ still leads your race. Steph onto the mediums again. That's interesting. About 20 laps. Roughly about 18 of them. Roughly 18 of the laps remaining will be racing laps, I suspect. It's possible that the tyres will last, but they will start dropping off compared to those runners on the hard tyres. Especially those on a fresh set of hard tyres. So about another lap behind safety car, so safety car should be in the end of lap 16. KZ leads, Steph is in second, Happy in third, Nicholas in fourth, Kwame in fifth, Boogie in sixth, Ollie in seventh with Fantasy in eighth, Entok is in ninth, Darius is in 10th, Richie in 11th, and Nathan in 12th. So we'll have a different kind of a restart this time, with KZ leading. The couple of restarts we've had with Happy leading, he's changed it up, but to me he's still been going too early. At least too early for my liking of watching. Like, personally, if I was in his position, I would have left it till after the corners or on the exit of the corners. As everybody is caught up, so safety car should be in this lap. I'd have thought. I might be wrong. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I would suspect safety car will be in this lap. And it is in this lap. See? I might not be racing. I might not be a great racer, but at least I have intelligence when it comes down to when the safety car should be in. And I'm glad that FIA also sees it the way I do. But, my music stopped. Better get that started before the race restarts. But we will be going racing shortly, once again. So KZ will lead in the Ferrari, not warming his tyres up. Now he does. I thought he was going to do the old Kimi Räikkönen strategy of not warming the tyres up. As KZ has gone. And he's caught Steph Fantasy with a 3-second warning. Second time from a restart. But Boogie into the pits. Interesting time to pit. That's just all I have to say. But Steph has gone with KZ, and they're starting to just lose Happy a little bit. 8 tenths a gap between Steph and Happy, about a second between KZ and Happy. But now can KZ cruise to a win? Or will he be put under pressure from Steph? Ollie making the move past Kwame. Kwame was ghosted there. So Kwame losing out to Ollie and to Fantasy there. Still ahead of Entok, Darius, and then Richie round off the top 10. But Richie is going to come under pressure from Nathan here. Nathan making a little bit of contact with the wall. But Steph and KZ battling for the lead. KZ will look for the switchback. It's just not the grip. As Steph leads the race. On debut. No DRS right now. So KZ doesn't have the DRS to assist, but they're already... KZ will have a look. But decides against it. Very smartly decides against it, I should add. But Kwame with a penalty. Richie has been overtaken by Nathan, and now Richie will battle back against Nathan, and they're losing a lot of time to Darius and Entok up ahead. But Steph is now leading KZ in second place. And they are pulling away quite a bit from Happy now. So Happy, he put it on pole, but he's just not got that pace to keep up with KZ and Steph, who are looking very, very good up at the lead here. And they're going very, very well. As we have about 17 laps remaining. So it's about 19 laps of racing. I said 18, it's 19. Close enough. But Steph on the mediums. KZ doing well to stay in DRS. This will be what KZ does here. Just stays in the DRS. And there's a yellow flag behind. And that's Nathan off. Has Nathan got damage? I don't see any damage. So just a spin by the looks of it from Nathan. Steph 1:12.295, fastest lap of the race. KZ is out of DRS. And Fantasy has been disqualified for ignoring the drive-through penalty. So Fantasy disqualified for ignoring the drive-through penalty. Entok serving his drive-through penalty now. Fantasy ignored the drive-through penalty, took too long to serve the drive-through penalty, and has been disqualified. That is a first in WERL history of a driver being disqualified for ignoring a drive-through penalty. That's interesting. That changes the dynamic, as now there's 11 drivers but only 10 points places. But Steph and KZ, this is where the real race is at for the win. Nicholas closing in on Ollie, also under pressure from Kwame. Ollie doesn't have DRS on Happy, but Nicholas has DRS and Kwame has DRS. So it's going to be a little bit of a battle here between these three for 4th place. Ollie does have a penalty. Nicholas is penalty-less this race. So Nicholas, it's really Kwame who needs to get past Ollie here, considering Kwame also has a penalty. Is that from wing missing from Nicholas, or was I just seeing things there? No, I was just seeing things. I'd expect Entok is into the pits. New mediums on the car. Interesting. But as I was trying to say, Nicholas with the penalty now. Taz has left. Tasner's left. Let's quickly get Tasner back in. Oh wait, no, Tasner is out, sorry. I completely forgot that Tasner was out of the session. But the DRS is open for Nicholas as we ride on board. Will he have a loop down into the final corner? No, he doesn't. He'll have the double helping of DRS. So he'll have DRS down here. We'll ride on board again. Ollie had a good exit. And Nicholas is just too far back. But KZ 1.4 off Steph. The medium tyre life should drop off in the next few laps, I would suspect, though I might be wrong. I never really did many races on F1 23 in the leagues to really know the tyre life as well as I probably should. But KZ sticking to the heart, he knows what he's doing. Steph surely knows what Steph is doing. Happy, just sitting in his own world in P3 right now, with Ollie, Nicholas and Kwame chasing him down. As it looks like Nicholas has made the move this time, and Nicholas is up to P4. Ollie has very good exits through the final corner, but Nicholas will remain ahead of Ollie. Kwame just in behind them, just doing his own thing here, just staying with them. But KZ losing a lot of time now. He's lost 2 seconds in the last lap or so. Steph looking to be pushing their mediums as hard as AlphaTauri will let. KZ locking up every time into that corner. But is he starting to gain time again? The only KZ is in the pits. Now what will KZ be pitting onto? KZ, oh, it's wing damage. So KZ gained wing damage from somewhere. And its soft tyres on for the rest of this race. So KZ has gained wing damage from somewhere. And now that looks as if it's handed Steph the race win on debut. The young Dutch driver on their debut in the AlphaTauri as a reserve and going for the race win around Canada here. As we have 12 laps of this Grand Prix remaining. Happy is in second after taking it on pole. But it's been a very good display from Steph here today. Started recently far up the grid, then lost it all at turn 1, but back up, carving the way through the grid, up into the lead, and now starting to pull away as Nicholas has been overtaken by Kwame, and this is the battle for P3 now between Kwame and Nicholas. But Happy is in the pits. So Happy in the pits, this is an interesting one. If there's wing damage, it's understandable. There's a new front wing going on, but I don't know if there's wing damage. It's the soft tyres. So the soft tyres have been fitted. And I don't know if that was for wing damage or not. Interesting pit stop. Nonetheless. Very interesting pit stop, I should say, actually. But KZ chasing down Nathan up ahead now. And it's Darius. So Steph leads the race. And there's a 3-car battle for 2 spots on the podium. Currently it's Kwame in second, Nicholas in third, and Ollie in fourth. It'll be interesting to see if this is how it stays, because Nicholas almost had a very good exit there over Kwame. But Nicholas, with that extra speed over Kwame, although it does look like Nicholas's battery is almost gone, but Kwame has a decently full battery and Ollie's got about half a battery. But 10 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. Steph leads the race, and I don't see any other outcome unless there is a dramatic crash by the end for Steph. But Nicholas is in second, Kwame third, Ollie fourth, Darius fifth, although Darius is already under pressure from KZ. KZ making easy work of Nathan. Nathan in 7th, KZ is in 6th. Richie is in 8th, under pressure from Happy. Now, Boogie is in 10th and then talking 11th, but KZ has made the move past Darius and is pulling away. And next up on the road is Ollie. So KZ has time in this race to still get a podium. It's not out of the question at all. Not at all is out of the question. Ollie just dropping back from the 2 former teammates of Nicholas and Kwame up ahead, now in different teams. Aston Martin for Nicholas, And Ollie is in the pits. So is Ollie got to come in for damage, or no? It's for a fresh set of softs. So this is interesting. There was no damage. There was no need to make the stop. It was stopped by choice. That's interesting. Ollie out in 8th place, just behind the Haas of Happy. Happy just getting a 3-second penalty as we mentioned his name. Nathan putting pressure on Darius now. So, KZ is starting to gain on Kwame and Nicholas up ahead. Nicholas locking up the rear tyres through the corner there, by the looks of it. It might have been the front tyres. I'm tired, I can't tell the difference. But Steph going on to lap 27 of 35 now, 8 laps remaining for the Dutch driver. It's Kwame making the move past Nicholas down into the final corners. And Kwame will take P2 into lap 27 as Nathan making the move past Darius further back, and then Happy and Ollie are going to just drag themselves into this battle and make a 4-car battle for P5 down to P8. KZ in a world of his own, chasing down those ahead and on them soft tyres compared to the older, more worn hard tyres, doing a very good job indeed. And Ollie makes it past Darius. And Ollie can chase down Happy and Nathan up ahead. And we can see here, KZ now has a view of the back of Nicholas's Aston Martin and Kwame's Williams. I almost called it a McLaren. He has a view of the back of their cars now, so Nicholas now up into 2nd place. As it looks as if safety car is out, and it looks as if Nathan's hit it in the wall of champions. Can't quite see where Nathan's crashed to. But I'm suspecting Wall of Champions, which if it is Wall of Champions, I said before the race, someone's going to put it into Entok. Entok, speed on to safety car. Drive through penalty again. So 10 drivers remain as Entok is onto a new set of soft tyres. So Steph in, it's got to be the soft tyres now. It's a rational decision to make. It is the soft tyres going on. Nicholas and Kwame, I'd imagine, are also going to be coming in. Nicholas is, Kwame is. So is KZ. KZ, fresh out of softs, I suspect for him. Happy might come in? No, Happy stays out. Ollie is in. Darius is in. Richie has come in, and so has Entok. So everybody going to the softs. Happy stayed out on them older softs. Interesting decisions from the Haas reserve. Or from the reserve in the Haas car. So we'll have another lap or so on the safety car. Whilst we wait, we will sit here and what can I talk about on the safety car? What can I talk about on the safety car? F1 movie trailer, let's talk about that if anyone here watching the stream watched the trailer. My personal thoughts on it was pretty mid. That's my personal thoughts. I just... they've put effort into it, Yes, they put effort, a lot of money into it. I just don't rate the trailer. It just doesn't look like it's gonna be a movie I'd watch, and I love F1. Like, F1 is a passion of mine, but I just... yeah. I just don't see it being a movie I'd want to watch personally. Like, the hats off to them for making it. Yeah, no, it's just... I don't think it's a good looking movie, to be honest. Safety car will either be in this lap or next lap, and Tuck is still catching up. Safety car is in this lap, so we'll have our third leader from the safety car in this race this time round. Steffert will be happy on them older soft tires. I think that Happy is gonna get eaten up. If I'm being honest, I think Happy is gonna drop definitely past Nicholas, Kwame, KZ. I reckon Ollie and Darius will probably also pass him. Entok is retired from the session. Unsure what's happened there. That's confusing. But Steph goes, Happy trying to stay with Steph. Kwame with the 3 second. Steph and Happy breaking away from Nicholas, Kwame and KZ. Ollie on the back of KZ now. But Steph already nearly a second gap over Happy. Steph, Dutch driver, in a Red Bull owned car, giving Max Verstappen vibes currently. Who knows? So Happy is dropped back from Steph, and now Nicholas, Kwame, and KZ are going to be putting Happy under pressure. Ollie just sticking on the back of them. Ollie on the mediums compared to everybody ahead of him on the soft tyres. One lap 32 of 35, gonna go on to 33 in a moment's time. But KZ just waiting for his time to strike. As Ollie is in the pits. Does Ollie looks serving a drive-through by the looks of it? But Steph opening up that gap at the lead of this race. Happy in second place. Under pressure from Nicholas. Now KZ has made it past Kwame as we were checking on why Ollie was in the pit lane. But KZ making the move for P4. KZ, at one point you wouldn't have expected him to be on the podium, but chasing down the podium, he could get second. Perhaps he could get the win still. If he can make the moves this time round, still time. As I said, Happy on them older soft tyres, losing a lot of time to Steph and having Nicholas and KZ chasing him down. As DRS should be open this time round. 1 minute 11.622 for the fastest lap. At this point here, KZ does have P2 guaranteed, as Happy and Nicholas ahead of him do have penalties. Although he wants the win. He is going to be hungry for the win. I can almost guarantee he's hungry for the win. He didn't win last week round. Off the top of my head, he didn't win. Pretty sure it was Ronan who won last week. I might be wrong. Who knows? But Steph leading on the penultimate lap. But these 3, 4, if we count Kwame in there as well, still battling for. KZ is looking for it. He's up past Nicholas. And KZ can now go down the straight here and just do what he can to get past Happy. Both of them have DRS. So KZ and Nicholas both have DRS. Nicholas was looking for a bit of a move on KZ there. Kwame has now got up into P4. Everything's happening going on to the last lap here. Steph still leads the race. Steph should have the win in the bag. Unless the AlphaTauri decides to do some last lap curse. KZ up into second. And unless he sticks a rocket engine on the back of this Ferrari, it's the AlphaTauri on the debut for the Dutch driver to win. And into sector 3 we go. KZ is closing that gap, but nowhere near fast enough. Darius, 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. But as we go to your race leader, as we come down the back straight, 35 laps in the league. Didn't put it on pole, but that doesn't matter. Dropped to P15 on the first lap at turn 1. But Steph will win on their debut in WERL. KZ will finish second. Happy in third. Nicholas takes fourth from Kwame at the line. Kwame finishes fifth. Darius will finish sixth. Provisionally, Ollie in seventh. And in eighth was Richie. Ninth is Boogie. That is your results. We'll go through it one more time. And there is your podium. So Steph wins from fifth with a fastest lap. KZ finishes in second, Happy in third, Nicholas finishes fourth with Kwame in fifth. Darius finishes in sixth with Ollie in seventh, also debuted for the AlphaTauri teammates here today, both reserves driving for AlphaTauri today. Richie finished 8th with Boogie in 9th, and talking 10th, Nathan 11th, Adam 12th, Tasner 13th, Jesko in 14th, and Fantasy disqualified in 15th place. That it is. That is your results from today. We will see you. Well, I will not see you tomorrow. We'll have the driver POV from Sapoli for tomorrow's race here in F124. But I will see you again next Friday for the next round of F123.